Yo.
So
I am excited. They always have such good things to show us. I can't wait to get that warmer, especially with it being the Better Together with the theme of our t-shirts for World Tour. I think it's going to be perfect.
that is really cute. I liked it a lot.
That thing that I just texted you about,
Uh-huh.
I asked a source and she said that would legit be a Christmas miracle, but she hasn't heard anything.
Oh man.
So we shall see.
I would die.
I know, it would be so great. Okay, let's get started.
Am I going to be able to let people in? Like if I'm watching the chat, do you know?
Yeah, let me set you up as the co-host so you can do that.
Okay.
Where are you? There we go. There you go.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Sweet. Okay. Let's kick off Tuesday Talk this week with tell me something good. Elizabeth, you're in my top left, so you go.
I'm always in your top corner. Today was just more of just a relaxing because we came home from Indiana Sunday. Yeah, Jess, I was down by you.
Did you have a good visit?
Yeah, it was nice. We got in. We left Friday morning. We got in Friday afternoon, and then came home Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
it was nice being back. Short period, but it was nice. But now we got it concreted down, and we're coming back in January. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
visits home were always nice. When I lived in Indianapolis, it was only a couple hours away, but it was still far enough away that like we had to plan it. So it was
Yeah,
always
the mentality of it makes it
for
makes
sure.
it one hell of a haul.
I can't imagine. New York
Oh,
is
and I hit 500 for PRV again.
yay.
That's awesome.
Still can't get that second ring over to 1,000, but I'm at least consistently hitting the first ring over to 500. So
That's a big step for a lot of people. Being consistent in your own 500 PRV, and we'll talk about that tonight. But congratulations, because that's great.
We are going to talk about that tonight.
Okay, my something good is that I am $20 in commission away from my biggest paycheck yet. So
Of all time.
which is about, if I do the sales, it's about $64.
very nice.
Yeah. But you guys have been kicking butt these last few hours, which has really helped.
They really have. They really have.
All right, Jess, tell me something good.
My husband put up our Christmas lights today and it looks so nice.
Outside?
Yes.
You have to take a picture.
It's just the best. So I'm excited.
Way to go, Scott. He gets cool points.
I know he does get cool points.
Okay. So looks like Brittany's new with us tonight. Brittany,
Hi, Brittany.
we start every Tuesday talk out with tell me something good. It can be business or personal, but something good that's happened to you recently, today, last week, whatever.
Sorry. Okay. I had to unmute. Let's see. I think my sales right now is probably the highest. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the highest paycheck I've ever had this month. So that's exciting. Something exciting.
Love to see it.
I don't know. Kind of been sick, so I don't feel like anything's too exciting over here, but just that I've been able to, hit that sale even with being sick and stuff. So
yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. I have felt pretty crappy these last few days too, but so I understand where you're at.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Erin, tell me something good.
I hit my goal of 4,000 PRV. I think I hit paid at Title the other day. I have the highest GWV I've had yet. So
Yep.
go team.
Yep. Yep.
Mm,
That's awesome. That's
Over there
awesome. Yes,
crushing
Miss
it.
PRV Rockstar Erin with her 40 some $100.
Yep.
Jesse, tell me something good.
So I went to Walmart today. They had area rugs. They were on sale like from like 30 some dollars down to 20. And I was like, heck yeah, cool. So I get to the register and I ring it. It was $10. So score for me.
That's always a good thing. I always
Yeah.
like those unwritten discounts.
For sure.
All right. Sylvia, something good.
I mean, nothing honestly, really, but I'm excited because my PRV was almost to 1,000. I didn't hit paid at title for star, but I did hit paid at title for lead. Last couple months have been like kind of crappy, so that's pretty much it, honestly.
Well, there's still time. You still got a few hours left that you could work and
I
hit your.
know, I'm trying. I had someone wanted to order dish soap and counter clean from the sale, and I'm like, I have no money on my card, so I'm like, I can't pay for your shipping. So they didn't reply.
Well,
but I
maybe
really
they
don't
will
money on
after
my
they
card.
get kids and stuff to bed.
What is it?
So maybe they will after they like get kids and stuff to bed.
Yeah, she didn't reply. I don't know. I told her that, I mean, I'd place the order for her if she didn't feel like it, because she asked me to place it for her, but I was like, I can't do shipping because I have literally like $5 on my card and that's it. So
Yeah. Well, don't feel obligated to do that all the time either, because it's not something,
yeah,
they
and I
can
really didn't want to place that because she's only buying like $12 worth, and I'm like, I'm not about to pay $8 in shipping and tax, whatever tax is going to be, just because. And she's a first time customer, so I was like, it'd be different if it was like a repeat customer, then that's understandable.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and don't spend your extra money on what does Orville say? Don't spend family money on Scentsy, spend Scentsy money on family.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it a couple times, but I've done it for repeat customers that constantly like shop with me all the time and have spent so much money. That's
Yep.
different. That they constantly support me. But for someone that has never bought for me and literally only gonna buy $12 worth, and I'm not like, I appreciate that, but and then you're gonna leave me on red. Like, I don't like shit like that.
Yeah.
Offer her a shopping link. Tell her you can't pay her shipping, but you can offer her a link and tell her she can order it off there, and you can keep the link open for her. And once it hits rewards, tell her that she'll automatically get cheaper shipping and free and half off product. That's what
That's
I
a
would
good
do.
idea.
Yeah, I probably will messenger that. Thank you. I don't know why I didn't think of that because I usually do offer.
Well, I think it's sweet that you were leaning towards free shipping, but I think you made the right choice in that, you can't always do that. And you really do have to gauge, you did the exact right thing. Like, that's exactly what I would have done. Like, should I shell out the $8 for this? Sometimes I do it. But I've been trying to get away from it. It's really hard. Like, I hate charging people shipping. I hate it. But sometimes I do it because I'm just like, dude, I can't do it today.
Yeah, and also at the same time, like, if they don't want to support you and pay the $8 in shipping, then go to Walmart and buy your wax.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
mean,
spend
that's how I
$8
feel.
going to Walmart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna pay $8 in gas. Sorry.
You're gonna have to pay taxes at Walmart too, whatever you buy.
Exactly.
Gonna be buying shit that's not even gonna last that long. So if you don't want to support me, then fine, don't. I don't care. I really don't, because I have customers that support me and have supported me since day one. So
Yep, that's right.
honestly, I don't get butthurt. I have family that does not buy for me, and I have Preston's
Same.
family actually buys for me more than none of my family has ever bought for me. None of my family.
It's crazy.
So it is what it is. I don't give a shit.
Yep, you keep
Yep.
doing you.
I'm gonna get
All
paid
right.
either way.
That's right, girl. That's right. We're getting our money either way. Okay, tell me something good.
I'm slowly getting Christmas decorations done.
Woohoo!
I
I'm
know.
jealous.
I see your tree. I love it.
You want to see my Christmas decoration, y'all? There's the tree right there. I'm not putting a tree up this year. I just don't have room for it. All of my stored stuff from our back room is in the house right now. So no tree. I'm okay with it.
I'm done with you.
Amanda, tell me something good.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Like I'm trying to multitask. Well, I hit my goal, which I was like worried if I was going to, but then the sale kind of pushed me
Whoop,
to
whoop.
my goal, so that was good.
The Cyber Monday sale?
Yes.
I love it.
I mean, I got a bunch of goodies from there too, but
That ended up
I had-
being so nice, that sale. Like I wasn't sure what to think, but
it's still on there. I'm so confused. Like I told my
Well, yeah.
customer, I'm like, if you still want to get the deal, you better shop now because it's still
Yeah, it'll
still
be-
on sale.
Apparently it doesn't end until midnight tonight. I thought it was one today. I thought it was only a 24-hour sale.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I was like, dang.
Yeah, midnight. So you still got a few hours.
that's awesome
Awesome.
though. Love it.
Awesome. Okay. So tonight we're talking paid at title, all things paid at title. And most of you, Amanda, what title are you?
Just certified.
Certified. Brittany, are you certified too? Or are you lead and above? Certified. Okay. So for you guys, this isn't going to mean a ton to you, but it is good information to know for your future in this business. So paid at title means that you are paid at your current title. So I'm a star director. For me to say that I'm paid at title means that I've met all the requirements in order to be a star director, which is 500 PRV, 6,000 TWV, and 30,000 GWV. And it's important for me to hit that title every month because not only does it ensure that I get trip points because we are in an incentive period, but it means that I get paid at the highest possible rank that I could be. So I get the most bang for my buck as a leader in that sense.
Because when you're not paid at title, you're essentially leaving that money behind.
Yes.
Like you have a team, but you're not getting those bonuses.
Yeah,
because
you're not getting the maximum bonus that you could be getting.
Right.
And what Sensi does is they take that money and they put it in a slush fund, and that basically is what pays for incentive trips. One thing that you'll learn when you all go to director boot camp, because at some point you all are going to go. I have faith in every one of you. Jason does a class on the compensation plan. That's really good. And he talks about the slush fund. So when you don't get paid at title every month, that money goes towards incentives, that money goes towards the trips, the different programs that they do, stuff like that. So it's important don't leave that money for somebody else to take the trip. Earn that money so that you can take the trip.
Yep.
Yep. And that goes all the way down to when you hit your first title as lead. So when Beth was saying earlier that she hit her 500, but she hasn't gotten her 1,000, she's not being paid at title. But the part you guys, she's a brand new lead. You hit what, 2 months ago? So for her to be consistent with her 500 PRV, which sometimes is really hard for newer consultants, is a big deal. I don't want you guys growing these big crazy teams if you can't be consistent with your own 500 PRV. It just doesn't make sense to do that.
Mhm.
The way that you grow the comp plan is to grow your frontline. So you have to be continuously sponsoring so that you can keep your team and your group growing. When your frontline and your team grows, your downline grows, so your group grows. So currently, Jessica is the only one of the people on this call that I have personally sponsored. Because she's a director, her numbers don't count into they count into my group volume. They don't count into my team volume. So I have to work extra hard with the team that I have left to make sure that I hit that 6,000 every month. And sometimes that's a challenge, especially in the slower months. So that means that I have to get my butt in gear and recruit and get new people directly under me so that they can get people under them and continuously start growing. It's a cycle.
Yep.
What are some questions that you guys have about being paid at title?
I'd say mine, I think you just summed it up in what you just said.
You need to grow. You need
Yeah.
to grow. You need to
Yeah, I
start
know.
asking everybody. Don't just stick to because I know that we've talked in the last few calls about the one person that you keep trying to get to join your team, but you need to really look at your dream team list and start asking everybody. Because you have to remember that it's like 1 in 10 people are gonna say yes. So keep asking everybody. I know that there were people that had questions over, excuse me, sorry, I'm so tired.
Did Allison send us the list of?
There was no questions on it.
Okay.
So one of the things that I like about Sensi's compensation plan, and it's no matter what title you are, to get paid at title, the first thing that you have to worry about is your own 500 PRV. Because if you don't have your own 500 PRV in, it's not going to matter what your team's doing, because you're still not going to get paid a dime. They could be doing $10,000 a month, and if you don't have your 500 in, you're not going to get paid on them. That's a big chunk of change to miss out on, especially like, here, I'll show you guys. I've been calculating my,
It's so cool how you do this stuff. I'm so annoyed that I can't be good at this. I
hold on,
will
have
be
to
good at
close
it
some things.
someday. Someday I will be good at this, but
I have to close some things, but I will show you guys the difference in my paycheck if I didn't do my 500.
it's depressing. You don't want to do that.
No, you do want to do that because you need to see what you could be missing out on.
No, I mean, like,
Oh yeah, you
don't-
don't want to do that just because it's depressing to see what your paycheck is if you don't do that.
you know what? Real quick before I forget to say this, I will never, ever, ever forget when I was a star consultant for years. I was in a really big slump, and like 1 month, Jess texted me and she was like, hey, just so you know, you realize you're like $63 away from getting paid at title. And I was like, okay, so what? I didn't put in the $63, didn't try to find the $63, didn't get my 500, didn't get paid on anyone on my team who had entered in orders all month, because I just was like, oh, well, paid a title, who cares? Like, really? You guys, don't do it. You gotta fix that attitude. You gotta be like, paid a title. It matters. Even if you're certified, it matters that you're trying to hit all your numbers and work your hardest.
Can you all see
Oh,
my Excel sheet? Okay, so right here is what my current check is, the $3,125.
So all that whole calculator works for certified as well, right?
It does. It
Okay.
does. It goes all the way down to essential, actually.
Yes. So all of you can use this. It's completely free. It's really amazing. And it helps you start to kind of learn what parts of your paycheck come from where. It seriously took me kind of a long time to really understand it. But once you do, it's like an incredible thing. So
Yep. So let's just, so you can see where it's broken out. These are my frontline teamies after my directors. I'm getting $487 from them. My biggest chunk of my bonus comes from my directors. It's 1446. But let's take these numbers out because I'm not going to have my 500 in.
Ooh,
And we'll say that I did 476. I'm also going to take out this retail over 2K. And hold on, let me do the math on this. So your personal wholesale volume is 75% of your PRV. So that's 357. $151. That's, y'all, that's a month or a week of groceries for this house. Like, this is where your money comes from. It's building those teams. I could sit and sell all day long, but growing your team and getting paid at title is your money for life.
yes.
Sales are your money for today.
Okay.
That's crazy. I didn't realize.
Yes, girl. Erin,
Yeah.
we've got some talking to you to do.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous how much money you can leave on the table by not being paid at title.
Erin, don't worry about it. You're always paid a title, girl. You're fine.
But that's the other reason, like if somebody comes to me and says, okay, I want to be a director, but they're just joining, look, I want you to slow and steady build that team, get consistent with your 500 PRV, be consistent with growing your leaders on your team, because if you don't have that team support, you're not going to continue to bring home big checks. And if you don't have the support of your customers and the customer service skills where they're coming back to you all the time and reordering, and you're not following up with them and you're just leaving it to chance, y'all can't, you're not going to get paid a title. And y'all can't expect to grow because, you got to get yourself out there and talk to people about joining your team so that you can grow these big, my check is nothing compared to some people. I'm a baby in the SD world. And right now I'm okay with that because I've got so much going on. I mean, 5.5 months pregnant right now. Like, I couldn't imagine running the businesses that some of these people do. Our SSD today said that we did over $1 million this month in wholesale, which is 1.3 million in retail. She gets paid on, is it 3 or 4 generations deep? I think it's 3.
I think it's 3.
So in her three generations, she's got Ashton, JC, and Rachel Pence are 2nd gen. Angie is 1st gen.
Those are all April.
I'm 2nd gen. Jessica,
I-
you're 3rd gen.
I forget how big she is. That's
Who else is 3rd gen is Emily Parkinson.
is Jessica Jeffries.
Jessica Jeffries is 2nd gen with me.
Okay.
And she's a very high paid director because she doesn't have that second director to get her to star. So she's got a very high TWV. So with her being 2nd gen, and this is the way it works. Your 1st gen, you get 3% on. Your 2nd gen, you get 4% on. Your 3rd gen, you get 5% on. So the lower the people are, April gets more money on Kallmeyer's team than she does on my team. So build wide so that you can go deep. And once you hit director, it's generational, not where they fall in your downline. Because if you notice, when you're working on calculating your paycheck, you only calculate your front line. You don't worry about anybody that's under them because you're just looking at their GWV. When it's a director, you have to look at their TWV, and it's generational. So like if for some reason, so Kay is not directly under Jessica. There's a girl in between them. So when if Mary were to come back and be a director again, Mary would be Jessica's first gen, Kay would be Jessica's second gen. But because Mary's not a director, Kay bumps over her and she's Jessica's first generation director. And that's
And
kind
I
of the
love
same
her.
with Christina. Yes.
I love her so much. Actually, Mary had, last time I checked, she had like maybe 260 PRV or something this month. I was like, I texted her and I was like, hey,
Yeah.
there you are. I was like, hi.
We
Anyway.
love that. So build big, guys. The key to paid at
So-
title is building that front line. That's the one thing that you can control. Your 500 PRV and building your front line. The
So,
rest will come.
Jess, so Brittany says, I don't have a team yet. I don't even have a team. So, all I would say in regards to that is, you don't have a team yet. Like,
Yes, yet you will get there.
So if you think about it, I know this sounds like super duper like elementary, but it's true. Like it starts with one person.
You guys are
like-
always one person away from completely changing your business.
I cannot stress that enough. Like
No.
one person.
And I'll be honest, Brittany, I was in the business 8 months before I recruited my first person. And I was okay with it. Like I was in other direct sales businesses at the time and picked up Scentsy because one of my favorite scents was going out of stock. So I needed every bar that I could find. Legit life, Cider Mill, they tried to take it away from me for good. I thought I was gonna die.
You had to find your way.
I did.
Has their own timeline, their own like you're not behind. You're not doing
No.
it wrong. You're not like you're here and you're where you're supposed to be, in my opinion. And Erin had some really good advice there in the chat. If you get a chance to see that. I always recommend if you're having a party with anyone, it could be your mom, it could be your aunt, like it could be your neighbor. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you're closing out the party, just ask, hey, do you want to use like a couple of dollars of your rewards and get this host?
You need 1 penny. You need 1 penny of rewards to do a kit.
I always just make sure and tell them that they're going to get 20% off of all of their future orders. Like, I'm
Yep.
like, you don't have to build a team, guys. Like, if you don't want to, like, that's fine. I just want to tell you, you could get this cheaper. So,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. Literally, I got my dad to join you guys. Come on.
He's kicking some butt.
Oh my God, my dad. Like, I'm just cracking up because if you guys knew my dad, it's just hilarious. Like that anyway.
I haven't sent postcards in months, but I feel like I need to send your dad a postcard.
Mhm.
Oh God, he would love not getting a bill in the mail. He really would. He's an old boomer. I love him.
Okay, so the other things that I wanted let me go back to Allison's list. Okay, so GWV. What GWV is it is your group wholesale volume. It's not dollar for dollar matched. So it is 75% of your PRV. And it's everybody in your group. So if you look at, let me log in and I can show you my numbers.
There you go, Brittany. Whoop. Let's get it.
Okay. So here is our current numbers right now. The 3244 is my personal PRV. 8851 is my team. So that has no directors in it. Jessica and Allison's teams are broken off of my TWV. It's just the people that are directly under me. I'm their director. And then the GWV is $50,178. That is everybody who I am, who's under me in some form of my tree. I can't even say who I'm their star director for because Jessica and I are the same title
So
now.
weird. I know.
I love it though.
It's
Um,
crazy.
So it's everybody in my organization. Whether you're under me, under Jessica, under Allison, you are all included in that GWV. So that number is, like I said, it's 75% of what we have sold as a team. So you divide that by 0.75 and we've sold $66,904 this month at this current it'll update in a few minutes, but yeah. So that's awesome. And I was telling Jess while Dan and Lacey were talking, we have sold almost $750,000 this year, guys. We were at like 644,000 and some change. And I expect that we get close to 675 by the end of next month based on trend. So 2 years ago, no, not 2019, 2018, we didn't even cross 100,000. So the year before COVID hit, we did not even cross $100,000. We were at like 68 and I was stoked. Like, I just love every year seeing that number rise. And then 2020 happened and all hell broke loose and here we are today. But
That hypergrowth. Ridiculous.
that hypergrowth, yes, but it brought everybody into our lives.
We've got some stuff in chat. Brittany, don't forget to message Erin when this is over so you can get her top-notch advice for closing these parties. She is phenomenal at that, so make sure you take her up on that offer. And Jess K wants to know about the graph for commission.
The Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, I think so. She's trying to figure hers out, but she thinks she might have done it wrong.
Okay. Well, next time I stop screen sharing, I'll pull a frontline report for UK and I'll show you how to work it. I just have to hide everybody's names on it.
Okay, that's fine. Like, I'm trying to do the math on my own because I'm pretty decent at it. But for some, like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm wrong somewhere, but the
Okay.
math is right.
We'll look at it
Okay.
because that's
Thank
a
you.
good way for me to show you guys how to calculate your own paychecks. So that was, she had GWV explanation. Okay, so the next thing that she wanted me to go over was titles, what each person needs to hit each title. So you guys, everybody starts out as an essential consultant. Day one, you're at 0, you hit that $1,000 and you hit certified, you get that 5% pay raise, you're making 25%. Your next jump is into lead, which is 500 PRV, 1,000 GWV, which is for you and anybody who is underneath you. It doesn't matter if you've personally sponsored them. So if you sponsored one person and they've sponsored 2, that helps your GWV. And 1 active frontline. So somebody under you, you have had to have sponsored at least 1 person. And that person is active, which means they've done their 200. Your next jump is star consultant. Oh, and let me go back. So again, we said GWV is 75% of your team's PRV. So if you need $1,000 to be a lead consultant, that's $1,334 in PRV. Use your graphs, guys. This earn a promotion tab, while is very, very daunting for me, it is very helpful too. So it keeps an eye on what you guys need to get to your next title. Star is 2 active teamies under you, frontline, 2,500 GWV, which is 3,334 PRV, and you still have to do your 500. I love that no matter what title you are, in order to get paid, you only have to do 500. Now, of course, you get paid more if you do more, but 500 bare minimum to get paid. For superstar consultant, you need your 500. Good night, Dylan. 6,000 GWV, which is 8,000 PRV, and 3 active frontline. To get and maintain, so to get SSC in a boosted month like the holiday selling season, you could probably get by with like 11 or 12 teamies. Because you're always going to have a few that do more than others. To maintain it, you're going to want to look somewhere between 20 to 30. And that's so that you can have those slow dip months. A director, you need 10,000 PRV, your 500, and then your 10,000 is 13,334 PRV for your team. Still 3 active frontline. I hit director with a team of 25. I did not maintain director numbers until I was up like 65, 68 people. The magic number to maintain director when they tell you in boot camp is 50 to 60 teamies. Those aren't all frontline, just I should say groupies at that point. SD is the 6,000 TWV and 30,000 GWV, 3 active frontline. And SSD is 30,000, no, it's 10,000 TWV and 80,000 GWV. Now, for star director, you have to have your 3 active frontline, but you also have 2 frontline directors. For superstar director, you have to have 4 first generation directors. So anybody that's left in my team, if they want to promote up, or if they have somebody under them that promotes over them, they would become my first generation director. Yeah. Okay. Let me talk reporting really quick, and then I'll stop sharing so I can pull Kay's team. I have already created a few reports to show you guys that don't have people's names in them. So basically when I go to I've actually condensed my reports. I only have these 4 reports right here: directors, non-director leaders, frontline essential certified, and frontline lead, because I currently don't have anybody above a lead in my team left. So once I do, then I'll create one for star, superstar. But these are the reports that I use to calculate my checks every month. This is an entire frontline report minus people's names. And then the first thing that I do is I'm going to go and I'm going to get rid of all the titles. I only want to see essential and certified, and I only want to see people that have more than 1 GWV. Because if they don't have anything, I'm not going to calculate those numbers. So I'm going to add this column up, the GWV for everybody, and that will go right here on this essential certified frontline bonus line. Then I will go up here and use my custom selection for titles, undo these guys, and do lead, and pull all of my leads and above. And then I go into my director report, And then I have to pull out the generations for this one. So I go in and I pull my first generation, and it pulls these guys here. And I add their TWV up because directors are TWV based, and that goes on this first line. And I do the same with my second generation. And do that. And that's the best way to look at a breakdown to do your own paycheck at home. The other thing about the higher you go in rank, your personal bonus gets higher. So you get a personal bonus once you hit lead. No matter what your sales are on your wholesale, you get an extra percentage of that. So if I was a certified consultant, if I was a lead consultant, I would get an extra 2% on that. And it gets bigger as you go up. I think once you hit director though, it stops at 9 and then it's 9 for everybody. And yeah, superstar directors only get 3 generations. But so there's that. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about how to use reports? Nope. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Give me a second to pull K's. All right. Okay.
Now I'm gonna try and do mine tonight. Thanks a lot.
All right. I got rid of names. I'm going to show you guys how to narrow. Okay. I'm going to show you guys how to narrow down to frontline. All right. Are we back up? Okay. So this is Kay's team. And I only want to see her frontline people because those are the only people that she gets paid on. So you're going to go up here to additional filters and you're going to go to level and you're going to put ones in because you only want to see your level 1 people. So these are her frontline. So what we're going to do now is narrow it down to title, essential certified, and 1 GWV. To director. So 10, 25. Since he also rounds.
How are you guys? Oh my God.
Are you talking to your kids, Jess?
Yes, I gotta go put them. I'll be right back.
Okay. So now we're gonna do her leads. star.
There's me.
And the other thing is when you're calculating their pay, even though that she's a star, you can see, and Sylvia said this earlier, that she was only getting paid as a lead. You still have to mark them as a star consultant on your bonus because you get paid at what their title is. They get paid at their rank, you get paid at their title.
That's cool.
No, it's not.
I
Look,
mean, it's cool for Kay because she gets paid.
no, it's really not. Because if you were a lead consultant getting paid as a lead consultant, she would get 7%. Because you're a star, she only gets 5.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry,
So
Kay.
you're gonna do better next month, right? Now that you know how to calculate this and stock your reports. Superstars.
Yeah.
Hold. Okay, never mind. Five, 7, 4. Okay, what's your PRV? I can't, you're on mute.
582.79.
$37. 422.
That's what I originally got. I don't know why my brain just did not, it broke. I don't
It
know.
happens. It happens. I totally understand.
I was like, something's not clicking right.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's been a day.
it has been a day, but it's end of the month and we're about to kick some booty and start all over tomorrow. That's the other thing I like, guys. We all start at 0. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and see a big fat 0.
Yeah.
And
So
while
where do we find this spreadsheet to mess with it?
it's in the file section of the Brave Tribe community page. There
Okay.
is a online version of it. I don't know how editable it is.
Mhm.
Somebody else created it. If
But the
you
one on
have
your page is this.
I'm sorry.
The one on your page is this.
Yeah, no, the one that's on my page is no, I think they're both on there. I think that there is I think that this one is on there. This one will only open in Excel if you have it.
Mhm.
The other one will open in Google Sheets.
Okay.
And the one in Google Sheets is the one that I'm afraid is not the best editable version. If you
Okay.
can't find this one and you have Excel though, shoot me an email, and because I actually tweaked this a little bit down here,
Mhm.
so that I can keep track of my own personal stats, so I can get rid of this stuff and you guys can start tracking this so that you can keep your eye on it too. This stuff helps me so that I know where I need, like, my highest active frontline was a year ago, that this month I had 18 and this month I only have 10. Best TWV, best GWV, best check. So I like that, and I can send you guys this copy of it. It also has the compensation plan on it if you need to refer back to it. And a postcard checklist if you guys send out postcards.
I do also want to add, just for the record, the more you guys play with this stuff, the more you're going to understand it, and like it's not going to feel like a lot after a while. Like the more you get into it and just play with it and mess with it and don't be afraid of the numbers, like the better it's going to get. If you're someone like me who it felt like a lot at first. just don't be afraid of it. Get in there and play around and see what you can do.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. Like if you, like Kay did, if something doesn't make sense, you know, say, hey, calculate this for me so that I can make sure that my brain is working right. Because we all have
Yeah.
those days.
Brain.
And some people, they get their front line and their downline confused and start calculating everybody's numbers right here. So their math is off, and then they come back and they were like, well, why was my check short? And I can go back and I can show you exactly what your check should be. This spreadsheet is my lifesaver. I start using this for like the last week of the month. It just stays open.
I'm not on mute. Okay, I have a question. When are we going to go over the tax prep for the people who don't know what to do for taxes?
Tax season.
Never, hopefully.
No, we have to go over tax prep.
know.
I also have another spreadsheet that I use for tax prep that's in the group. That really
I'll
saves
find it.
my butt because I'm terrible at keeping receipts. So if I can just go in and put them at the end of the month in there. If I can go, like my cell phone bill, I've already put in there for the entire year.
Wait, our cell phone bill counts?
Girl, you use your cell phone for your business, don't you? You're on your cell phone right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bam, write it off.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. It's your primary form of how you're connecting with your customers.
But it's got to be in our name though, correct?
Yes, it has to be in your name. You have to
Beth,
be
you're
the owner of the
learning.
account.
You're learning. I love this.
Is the phone in my name?
I totally forgot about that. That's why I never claim it.
We'll look
Because
into
I
it,
think
it's fine.
If you pay for Amy, the app for Sensi, you can write that off. If you
Okay.
pay for Visly, Project Broadcast, all of that. Your shirt that you're about to buy next week for World Tour, you'll write it off on this year's taxes.
all of your gas in your car, every time you go to the post office, every time you go to Kroger and buy some confetti, that whole trip counts. The whole, like, so many things count. It's hard to keep track of it all, but once you find the best system for you, it basically just becomes a year-long adventure of finding things that are write-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you bought,
see,
like
I
I
did
bought a
that
new
this
printer
year,
in
like,
January.
My binder's completely done, except like I think it'll be next month's website and then send of the month and then like whatever's for December. Other than that, like everything's labeled from like what month I spent what on, everything.
All your Amazon orders. My biggest issue with my Amazon orders is at the end of the year, I have to go back and go through it and figure out which one is my personal stuff and which
See,
one
I
is
do
business.
all that at tax return time and like I get everything I need for like sample making, everything like right then and there. So about that, like my February section is like completely full.
Yeah.
It's almost embarrassing. Almost.
No, what's embarrassing is when you don't have a clue what anything is, like me.
She's so silly. Yes, she does.
Well, no, I mean, it's in that. Okay, so I pay for this app called QuickBooks Self-Employed, and it links up to my bank account, and it basically just tracks every single thing I spend money on and the miles that I drive every single day in my car. And then I'm supposed to go in there and swipe left if it's personal, swipe right if it's for business on every single trip I make, every single time I get in my car, every single thing I spend in my bank. I'm supposed to be like doing that each day, but I don't. So like, I'll do it at the end of the year, I guess. But yeah, that's a great little app. If you guys ever, I mean, I do pay like, I don't know, $7.99 or something, but it keeps track of everything. You can take pictures of receipts and keep them in there digitally. It automatically can sort and categorize repeating charges for you and things like that. And then at the end of the year, you get a little report to give your accountant, or if your accountant is you, then
Nice.
there's a little report at the end of the year. So it's pretty cool.
Okay. I have
Okay,
a question.
Jessica.
So today, sorry. So
You're
today
fine,
I was at Walmart and I was like in a rush and I did not separate, like do a separate checkout for my business stuff.
I never
I-
do.
I do it
Highlight it.
all the time, and it makes me so mad. I'm like, why did I do this? I go in here telling myself that I'm gonna do a separate checkout, and then I'm like, I just want to get the freak out of here because it's crazy.
Because it's
So, like,
Walmart.
Why
Yeah.
do you separate your stuff though? I mean,
Just
well,
so
I
that
was
like,
gonna ask. So can I like circle what I bought? That's for my
Yeah.
business.
Just highlight it on your receipt. Highlight
Okay.
it.
yeah.
that's
Okay,
what
I didn't know that because
And
I
then
usually
like,
would just do
if you
separate.
if you down the road, if you want to do something digital like I do, you can go in and change on the receipt. You can say like this much of the receipt, was personal, this much of the receipt was business. So
Oh.
you're good. You
What's
don't have,
that app called?
it's called QuickBooks Self-Employed. It's like a green app that's QB. It changed my life. It saved my life. I swear by it every day of my life. If I didn't have that, I would have nothing for an accountant. Nothing. I don't keep receipts. I don't keep track. I barely even can keep my I just can't explain to you how difficult that is for me. But if you're someone like Kay or even Jess, I think does a really good job. There's so many different ways you can organize and track throughout the year. As long as you're trying to keep a little bit of a handle on it, you're usually going to be okay.
I think I might start doing that at the start of every year, just like at the end of the month, like letting the team know and the group know, like, hey, these are things you need to calculate for this month.
That's a good
You
idea.
know, send me what
Just
you
a little
have, or like,
reminder.
like don't, but like send me like what your proof is. That way I could tell you like, yeah, no, you can't get away with that.
Feel free to post it on my group page.
Yeah, same.
All right, that's fine.
I just
Okay.
tagged you guys in this. It's the 2009 Cynthia expenses blank. You can change the year on it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I
If you
do
edit
one of
it.
these every year. And it calculates all my totals for everything. So you guys who have already registered for World Tour, you're gonna write that off.
Mhm.
You can write off all of your tax, the money that you spend to file your taxes, you can write it off.
Mhm.
Postage is a big one. If you use your car predominantly for business, you can write off your license plates, vehicle maintenance. As long as you can show proof that you paid for it and not your spouse, you can write it off. I was really mad at John a couple years ago when he bought our Mac and didn't just give me the money to go in and do it so that I could show that I bought it, because that was a $2,800 write-off. We learned that year. But you
Okay,
could,
my phone bill. Honestly, Preston, I don't even know whose card that goes to because, like, Preston, they have like business cards and then, yeah, whatever. So I assume it's the same card that Preston's phone bill goes off on because we do like the monthly, like $50 thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, like a prepaid service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how the heck. I
If
didn't even think about that.
if you can't prove that you paid for it, you can't write it off.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, you don't have to do, you don't have to write your phone off.
I mean, I want to, but
Yeah.
apparently I can't do that.
It like the internet, our cable bill is in John's name. And because we both work from home, our regular jobs, I can't write internet off on my business because I can't prove that I use that
Well,
service for.
Our internet bill's in his name, but I mean, like, he does not. I mean, we watch TV and stuff, but that's about it. He doesn't use it for anything really besides his
Does
video
he
games.
pay it or do you pay it?
I mean, we both do. We just keep money in the on a card.
Are you on that account?
Yes.
As
Card-
long as you are on it.
Mine is on there, but like it's not at the same time. Does that make sense? So like I can call it up and be like, "Hey, can I move some money over?" They'll let me do it because my name's on there. Does that make sense? Like, but it's not actually like it's not on the card. And like when
Okay.
they set it up,
Is it a joint account?
No.
Okay, it would have to be a joint account,
Yeah, your name has to be on the account.
not just an authorized user.
Mhm.
That's stupid. I'm gonna have to fix
Um,
all this stuff for next year because
You got a month to do it.
When are t-shirts coming in again?
Rachel said the links will go up within the next week. Deadline order is the 14th. And they will mail. Let me go look.
I think it was like January something, 16th maybe.
Yeah, I think so. And they're gonna get shipped direct to everybody.
Now, are
Okay.
those the shirts from the consultant store? Or is that something different you guys are talking about?
Different.
Different. These are custom shirts.
Gotcha.
How much are they? I was trying to ask earlier about my
We don't know yet. I don't have a link yet.
Okay.
They're usually pretty inexpensive. I think I paid like $16 or something for my camp shirt when I went to her retreat.
Beth,
I'm
it's
excited.
for,
They are
World
cute.
Tour.
What, Jessica?
I was just telling Beth it's for a world tour.
Mhm.
Yeah, Beth, you're gonna go to the one closest to you, right?
I'm trying to figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah, you could still. What is the one closest to you? Harbor.
Hold on.
It's the one that's close to DC, the DC area, right? Maryland.
I honestly, I don't know.
There will be lots of people from these teams at that event too. So you won't be out of place. I can get you somebody that you can meet up with.
I mean, I already kind of feel out of place, like just me in general, but that's a whole different
Don't.
ballgame.
Girl, don't. No. But I know that there's a few people from Rachel Penz's team that is going to the one that's in Harbor, Maryland. I think that's what it is. So I could link you up with one of them.
Mhm.
But yeah, shipping 1/6, not the 16th. So we'll have them well in enough time to order. And I had her switch to just putting, because I didn't know that she was doing it as big as she was. So there's lots of team names on the back of these. So I really just had her bundle us all under the Brave Tribe community. But when I saw that everybody was just listed out, I was like, oh hell no, we're putting all these directors' names on there too. So everybody's director will be represented on them. And they're super cute. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm really excited. I love a good t-shirt. Always my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, I'm totally not going to World Tour.
Why?
I'm kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you're registered.
Like my
Hard.
first year to go was 2020, and then it got canceled because of COVID. I was so depressed.
It
I
was
like went down and
awful.
spent like I think almost like a week with my mom. And I was just like moping. I was like, I'm so sad. Because it was her who actually like helped raise money for my ticket and everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
like
be like me and register and not even for sure if you're gonna go, but yeah.
You're
if
going.
I have to like drive down to your house at 4 o'clock in the morning just
That's
to make
right.
it back to Cincinnati on time,
That's right, Kay. You get her.
like
Look, and I'll have to leave 2 hours before her because she lives out in the boonies too. So look, I'm notorious. Ask Allison. Allison and I had to have words one day, and I showed up on her doorstep.
Well, I mean, I'm registered, so hopefully I can go. Cause I just
You're
there's
don't
no
gonna
pay
go.
hopefully you're going.
You're gonna go. It's gonna be
I
so
will
much
give
fun,
you
guys.
Starbucks.
I mean, I might be able to finagle it to where I can even come to the Cincinnati one with it being on a weekend.
Yeah, there you go. Register and come out here. You can stay with Jess.
and then use that gas money for a tax write-off.
That's it. Because you could even get a hotel and write that off too. Because all your travel expenses out here, your ticket, yeah. And when you go to SFR and it's in Salt Lake City, you write all that off too.
Because it's just a 1-day thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And you get free
Excited.
stuff.
And you do
Yeah,
get
new
free stuff.
catalogs, and you get to
And-
see everything.
Are we all gonna do lunch together?
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually like so normally we just like order Jimmy John's or something.
Or pizza or something. Yeah.
Bring it to the
Okay.
convention center and we just like eat it there.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's-
could like leave the building and go eat somewhere, but it takes so long.
No, I didn't know like what if we were doing something like as a whole.
Oh, do you maybe mean like dinner afterwards, or what do you?
Oh no, I was meaning like lunch, but if y'all want to do dinner, like we can go to dinner.
I'm down to do, so I like to stay at the convention center and just have lunch brought in because so in years past, Heidi and Orville have split. They'll start out in the morning at one place and start and go somewhere else in the afternoon. And
Yeah.
they usually arrive at lunchtime. So if you're hanging out there, you get to see Heidi and Orville. But it's also a time to connect with other consultants and fangirl because there's always one person at
Don't
these
even get me
events that you're
started.
just like, oh my God.
If Stacy B pulls up in that bitch,
Where does she
even.
live?
Well, she
North
lives in
Dakota.
Indiana, so she'll probably go to one of those. It sucks. I've
Um,
already been checking all the people that I follow. I'll be like, okay, where you live? Which one are you going to? Chelsea's going to Tennessee. I can name them all off if you need me to.
That's hilarious. You are so much like me. It's so funny.
yes, Stacy could come to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting for her to post on her story, on her Instagram story. Because, like, a lot of the consultants that I followed, including me, I posted, like, signed up for World Tour, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But she hasn't posted anything. And I'm on Instagram every day, and I have not missed nothing. So, I don't know. Maybe she just hasn't posted.
Stacey
Probably knows you
Behringer,
stalk
right?
her, so like she's avoiding it.
I'm weak at myself. I can't help it. They're my
I just text April and asked her. She's really good friends with Stacy.
lucky. We're about if she comes to freaking
Oh my
Cincinnati,
God.
we're about to be besties. I'm not even joking.
So you'll have in Cincinnati, you'll for sure have Christina. Christina's going Cincinnati, right, Jess?
Yeah, she is.
Rachel
Christina?
Pence, Emily Parkinson, maybe Melissa Gratz.
Oh my God, Melissa.
She may go to Detroit too. I just don't know. It just depends on where a lot of times they go where the majority of their team is.
What about Chloe Cox? Where does she live? Oh, she lives in North Carolina.
Yeah, she's not coming up here. You may have Jennifer Anderson because she's got a big Ohio team.
I don't But I mean, I'll get to know them. That's fine. I
You will.
follow everybody. But it's hard.
Yep. They're gonna be your future best friends, so you might as well just get started now.
I remember my first reunion. So I started in June. I didn't go to reunion that year because it was literally like 3 weeks after I started, and it was in St. Louis. I just didn't understand, in all honesty. But then they announced that the next reunion was in Vegas. And I was like, dude, I'm so going to Vegas because it's Vegas. Everybody has to go to Vegas once. And my sponsor, who's one of my good friends, was like, yeah, we'll go. We got a hotel room. We decided not to stay in the host hotel. I had been to conventions before, and I was just like, I don't really want to be around all of the hustle and bustle of everybody being crazy. And she ended up bailing on me like 2 weeks before we were going. So I went to Vegas by myself. And she is my upline now. Angie was there, and she got in like 2 days before me because of leadership. So I met up with her, and she introduced me to Katie Farner and Janae and Michelle Bailey and Spice Dawn and a whole slew of other people, and that these were the big names when I first started. And I remember meeting Katie for the first time, and just like I felt like I was drooling. Like I just wanted to hang on every word. And the end of the day, like I go back to my room and I'm like, man, I was probably such an idiot. She's going back to her room like this crazy girl from Ohio, just literally hardcore fangirled over me, and she's weirdo. So I
Okay,
just had to check myself to remember that these are still people too.
Yes. Okay. So when I first started like joined Cincy and stuff, and I was like looking at consultants, and I seen that you commented on somebody's pic. It might have been Kay's or like whatever, a team post or something. And before I sent you a friend request, I was like, she'll never accept it and everything. And I'm like, look at me now.
I am nobody special, and don't call me boss because I'm not your boss. But yeah, these events are like the best time to, and you really don't sleep at SFR because you're literally out talking to people. Jesse and I roomed together in Austin, and we did lots of shots at the pool.
Oh my
At the
goodness.
pool
We were
bar.
mostly at we were mostly at the rooftop pool is what we were doing.
Off, Jesus, Lord.
No, it was a good time. But you spend a lot of time connecting and just talking about different parts of your business and getting other people's input on it. So it's really a great way to decompress at the end of the day, but it's still connect with people. So yeah.
Okay.
Jess,
Question. How much does SFR usually cost? Like,
$250 to $350, depending on when you buy your ticket. I
Well,
always
I-
say
$50.
that's for registration.
It's like
You should plan on
3-day event.
you should plan on about $1,000 with travel.
Dang.
Save your tax money. That's what I do. And they usually let you do a payment plan on your registration. I do
That's
the
what I-
early bird so I can do a payment plan on it. And
If you earn level 1 incentive though, it's free.
I know, but I'm like nowhere close to that. And I don't
Well,
even,
Well,
still
good thing
have
you
2
have 2
months.
left.
I'm like 15,000 points away.
I've seen people do bigger.
Sylvie, don't
I
worry. I'm right there with you. So
Listen,
I'm like
Linda,
a shit ton away.
Oh, wow.
I'm almost at
Yeah.
3,000.
I'm like halfway there.
I was, literally, you guys, it's so much
Jessica's
fun.
on the boat, but not on the boat yet.
Yep.
It's not gonna happen, dude.
It is gonna happen. Your dad's gonna get
Honestly,
certified.
I don't care about a last, like, okay, like, I mean, of course I'd take a free trip, but I wanted to go to SFR because I've not been. So I wanted
Yeah.
to.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta
And
go.
usually if you earn level 2, but you can't take the actual trip, they will offer you to go to SFR. Like Jessica earned the Mediterranean cruise. They oversold the cruise. So they came back to these guys like, here are your options. You can take cash or you can take SFR, and they give you a big old chunk of money.
Right.
Um,
So like what happened when I was still a star consultant and I earned, level 1 or 2 or whatever to go on this Mediterranean cruise. And I ended up like not being able to afford the airfare to go to wherever. So I took the money because they needed people to take the money instead. And I went to SFR. It was like paid for, like completely paid for. And I had spending money because I had got that incentive level. It was like
she went to Disney for free.
literally the most like life-changing thing. Like I don't know if I'll ever go to California again unless it's with Scentsy. And it's like unbelievable that a little small town girl like me, like I don't go anywhere.
You don't. You really
I
don't.
don't. I literally don't. You guys see my stories. Like I'm literally always in my house. Like it's.
Between your stories and knowing you personally, yeah, you're a homebody.
I
Always
know.
have been.
I
So-
didn't travel before Scentsy either.
Sylvia, you can do it.
Oh.
I see you on social media. I know.
I
you
know.
can do
I'm
this.
trying. Seriously.
I mean, even if you earn registration, so
That's the
flight will run you about $400 into Salt Lake City.
Only if you're doing Delta. You can find cheaper than that. If you're
don't-
not doing Delta.
yeah, I'm cheap, girl.
I'm a snob. I can't do airplanes, so I'm a snob when it comes to
Yeah,
airfare.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do that because I've never rode on a plane and I just
Girl, they
anxiety.
make Xanax.
I can't help it.
Yay.
I don't see anybody else underneath me.
There are
or,
bars in airports.
Hey, are you gonna go to freaking SFR? Because I'm not riding that plane by myself. I'm not doing it.
Excuse me, you can come with me. It will be fine.
Yeah. Meet me at the Max and Irma's in CVG.
We can
I'll be the
all
one sitting
meet-
there getting sloshed, taking a Xanax before I get on a plane.
Oh my
Yep.
So looking back through all like the locations, Cincinnati is actually my closest for where I am actually located.
So let's make it a plan. And
Yeah.
you're gonna need to register soon.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
at the kids' school schedule, 'cause that's what I was talking to my other half about, was seeing if we can finagle it to where they can plan a trip to go down and we stay at the grandparents in Batesville, Jess, nonetheless.
That would be so fun.
Right.
That's perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
one question. I'm sorry.
You're good.
So has anyone ever gotten money back from Cincy? It's like I know they don't take out taxes, but like,
Yeah.
have you bought so much into your business that they?
I
So-
claimed a gain the last 2 years
What do you mean?
on my taxes. So I got money
So-
back. I
Okay.
didn't owe them money.
I've never owed money, but that's
Yeah.
because we filed married. So that might be
You
Sylvia,
should, Sylvia, you should get money back this year. You shouldn't know anything.
Okay, so like,
And s-
okay, I'm gonna be nosy, but I want to take that and put it towards SFR. So I'm like, I'm just like
you need
curious.
to file early.
Yeah, I always do. I'm on top of that shit.
you're gonna get a refund. Like you're like
Yeah.
that's
Right.
not Senti's not gonna affect you getting a refund.
As
You're
long as
gonna
you have like
Yeah.
nothing major in your background that will hold you up
no.
penalty wise or anything,
I
then you
just
should be
didn't know
fine.
how much like you could really get back. Cause like if I got 1,000 back, like that would go straight to SFR. Honestly.
I mean, you can't really give numbers without knowing without knowing everything else that you have to put into it. So
Your deductions and this and that and whatnot.
yeah.
just as soon as TurboTax loads for this year, go put your stuff in there and see what they're saying. You don't have to file it with them.
Yeah, so you can fiddle around with them and
know.
then get all the way up to it to see what it is.
I'm gonna have to. I don't know. So does it cost money to do a tax person? Because I didn't have to pay for my
Yep.
last one. Yeah, I figured.
Yep. But you
Yay.
can go to like Jackson Hewitt at like Walmart and stuff. They have people that are fairly inexpensive. You don't
Yeah,
need
so
a
they're normally-
CPA.
they're
And
good
if you have to pay for somebody to do it, then you can write that off next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I pay like $130 a year to do my taxes. But that's through TurboTax because I have
That's not that
my-
bad.
It's not. It's really not. And they actually take it out of my refund. So
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
I'll say depending on how like in depth you're going with TurboTax, their fees are usually aren't that expensive, even if you file through them.
yeah, that's
like-
that's filing through them
Yeah.
with my Schedule C and everything.
Yeah,
SFR
see,
like June, right, or something like that. May.
Yes, it
or-
is June. It's the week before my birthday, so we're gonna party too.
I really want to go, so I'm
When
gonna try
Pretty
is
old
it?
this summer.
all my checks and stuff for it.
What did you say, Beth?
No, I think that was Kay.
Oh, what did you say?
When
Kate?
is it?
It's the middle of June. They flip-flopped the incentive in SFR this year. They're trying to get back into a point where they can reveal the catalog and new items live at SFR before you can see them on the workstation.
Good.
I know. Like, did anybody else notice? Unless I missed part of it because I was all over the place. They didn't really show that much tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did. They showed everything is coming next month.
they didn't show the animals behind them.
Yeah,
had
I'll
a
say he didn't talk
llama.
about any of
Look,
that
was a
behind him.
Freaking llama.
And if you notice, he said something about it, and then Lacey says, "Dan, I told you not to acknowledge the stuff behind you."
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. Like I like Heidi and Orville, but their lives, like, oh my god.
Dan and Lacey are like brother and sister.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
Heidi and Overall like pull the
even, like-
heartstrings.
Yeah.
Like the two of them like tug on your heartstrings.
Yep.
they always have me rolling.
Mhm.
Lacey was about to punch Dan. It was hilarious.
What did Dan say about
He
him?
kept trying to like do like say things he wasn't allowed to say yet. It was
Yep.
hilarious. Like this might be coming. This might be coming. She's
Yeah,
like,
he was given small hints when he shouldn't have, and
Was it
Well,
a llama? I feel like it was a llama.
I
just want
feel like
somebody
it
to
was a llama
confirm.
too.
so it looked like
And
a
then
llama,
the
but then
little
when they
white
turned
one,
the
I felt
light,
like was a goat.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say when they turned the lights off and he moved the computer,
Yeah,
it
I
didn't
caught
look like a
glimpse
llama
too. I
anymore.
was like, that's a goat and a llama.
I thought it was a horse.
See, I think it's Bullseye. It looked like Bullseye from Toy Story.
Oh shoot, I will die.
Man. Now I'm second guessing.
I mean, it can be a plain Jane horse. I'll still be a happy girl, but I mean, if it's Bullseye, I'll be even happier.
Mhm.
It could be. Yep.
Oh man.
All right. Anybody else have any other paid at title, SFR, world tour, tax questions?
Hey, don't you get more incentive points if you get paid at title?
Yes, 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 yes. And the
No.
higher your title, girls, the more points you get.
Ah,
Do you have any idea how many points you girls can get for a promotion?
a lot, because I had that one. From
Just
when I
checking.
promoted.
Beth, do you know how many points you'll get for your next promotion?
A lot. If
Yeah,
I,
More than you got for this one.
right? I know. I'm trying.
Y'all, when I promoted to SD, we were not in an incentive period. I missed out on 8,000 points.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It is.
Be
Killer.
like so close, like 1,000 points away, or even 2, and just oh my god, that would really kill
That's
me.
killer.
I've done it.
Oh.
It sucks. I've
Oh,
done it.
God.
I've been hundreds of points away.
Oh,
What was the trip before Bermuda? That wasn't the Mediterranean cruise, was it?
Mm.
No. There was one.
So, did you have you level 1 yet?
Me? No, I'm close. So I am having a hard time this incentive because A, I haven't been in a recruiting mindset. But I also cannot go to Alaska. My child will only be 2.5
I mean,
months old.
level 1 is
Oh,
SFR.
yes, right. So, but because I can't really work for Alaska because it would be literally a wasted trip for me.
Girl. Mm-mm.
I can't take my baby to Alaska. They won't let it on the boat.
Take the money. You need the
But
money.
they don't always offer money either.
Yeah.
It's always like not
We
a
won't know
guarantee.
until they won't know until audits are done and they're actually making final announcements about earners. So I just didn't want to risk that. So the goal, I'll earn level 1. I'm only like 2,600 points away from that. So I'll earn that. And then I actually already have a certificate for registration for SFR from Director Consistency to use too. Kay, you should have, do you have that?
Do I have what?
The Director Consistency for 3 months?
Yeah.
So you already
The
have
voucher?
registration for reunion. So you would just
Mhm.
have to worry about your airfare and spending money while you're there.
Yep.
That's the other thing when you guys promote to director, when you hit director 3 months in a row, they have to be consistent. You earn registration for SFR. When you hit 6 months in a row, you earn registration for leadership. Once you go to leadership, you get that fabulous 3-piece luggage set that Jessica failed to use her certificate for this year, so she has to wait another year for.
I need it.
have
I need to get it
SF
soon.
Or yeah, family reunion handled.
Yeah. So
All right, pals, don't forget. Tomorrow is new month.
yes, we're all gonna start back at 0 and be happy, lucky people. Turn your cameras on. Let's take a picture.
Oh my goodness, I look Cratchit.
Girl, I don't want to.
She knew it was coming. She took her hair down. She's like, I'm gonna look so cute.
Hold on, I gotta turn this light down behind me.
Let me get my fragrance mist in there. Just kidding.
But Jess, I'll message you once I figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Sounds
But I'm
good.
trying. Have y'all seen me go live? I've been live and everything. I've been doing so much better. I ain't as nervous. I've been doing good.
I'd say the jitters out of your voice. The couple lives I've watched of yours, like I've rewatched, like the jitters are out of your voice, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, like you can tell I'm not really nervous, which I'm really not. I
All right,
see you
y'all.
all.
Let's take a picture. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Oh, you should have left it, Jess. You should have left it.
I'm pretty sure she's on mute, but I have pictures of her like that.
Hey.
I'm notorious for taking them while people are other talking. So
Oh my God, I have done that before. I've sent you some hilarious screenshots of Zooms before.
I'll tell you, like
Hold
last
on.
night, Jess, I had to sit there and figure out which one I was going to use because depending on when you decide